We'll get started here in just a couple minutes.
Marjorie from Houston, Texas.
Marjorie. Hey, Marjorie, how are you?
Marjorie from Houston, Texas.
Houston. Great to have you online, Marjorie.
Thank you.
Haley and Kobe from WA in Australia.
Man, I was looking how far that flight is. Wow. I'm going to have to stay over there for a little while. That is a haul. All right, everyone. There's Michael. How you doing, Michael? Australia. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Tom. Well, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Well rested. Got 7 hours of sleep today on the airplane. It felt good.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to mute everybody out. We'll go ahead and get started. Hi, Susan Barely. How are you?
Great, Tom. How are you?
Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. All right, folks, let me go ahead and mute everybody out and do a little bit of housekeeping here on the Zoom cast. If you haven't done a Zoom cast with a group, you lock the screen share. That's important, rule number one. And then, of course, you go manage participants and mute everybody out and take the check mark off, just so you know. And that should have done the trick right there. So, hey everyone, great to be back. For those that don't know, I've been on the road a little bit, traveling to the UK, and then I got kidnapped and dragged across over to Ireland. It's a pretty funny story. I'm going through immigration in Ireland, and the guy goes, "What's the nature of your business, laddie?" And I go, "I'm a McMurrin. I figure I should come to my home country." He goes, "No, laddie, what's your business here?" I said, "I'm here for business." He goes, bam, hits my passport. He goes, "Next." I thought Irish people had a sense of humor, but he didn't have quite a sense of humor. Of course, you know, most Border Patrol people don't. But great time, learned a lot. If you're joining us for the first time tonight, this is just what I would call an awesome community of people that understand that digital currency is the next big thing. And I got in front of about 1,000 people total in my day, a couple days, or probably almost 5 days as I was gone. And it's pretty funny. I was coming back from Ireland, and a lot of people don't know it, but before my talk on the UK, I broke a molar and back molar in my back tooth. And the filling that was in there, the silver filling, had like a razor sharp edge on it. So when I rubbed my tongue along it, it slit my tongue. And so I've spent the last probably 5 days fairly well medicated and, you know, trying to endure this until I can get to a dentist tomorrow. But it was challenging to speak and hold your tongue in one spot. So, but had a great time. And I was coming back from Ireland, and we got back about midnight at the airport, and we went on like this hour car ride. And I'm like, "Where are we going?" He goes, "Oh, there's some people at McDonald's that want to meet you." And y'all know I don't do McDonald's meetings usually. But we walked into McDonald's, and there was 38 people waiting for us at McDonald's. I was like, well, you know, if you're going to do a McDonald's meeting, you might as well do a big one. But it was a lot of fun. We got a picture all with our coffee cups in hand, and just a joyous group of people that are highly motivated. And I, you know, as a marketing person, I was looking at what is getting people excited about digital currency. And I think it's the same thing that gets us all excited. It's that freedom of that time element of having more time and working from home. And, you know, I think what's different between what they do and what we do is they run offices. They open up offices. And the Diamond Club has 9 offices in London alone. And they're small, you know, 2,000 square foot offices. They're nothing huge. They have a meeting room. They have a conference room. They have individual offices, you know, for one-on-ones and things like that. And, you know, it's a really great operation. But I went to several office opening parties. You know, they have cakes, you know, just to have, you know, 50 to 75 people on Saturday night at 10 o'clock at an office. You know, it's just not something that I see or I've seen in the culture of America, and they were very, very, very excited. I mean, they would have been there at 2 a.m. to see me. And I hadn't realized that that one video had made such a difference in so many people's lives. And that's more what I was marveled by. Not as much starstruck as I was like, man, there are people making $500,000 a month because of my video. You know, there are people they produced 23 diamonds last month, and a diamond makes an average of $100,000 a month. There was one guy that came up and hugged me, and he said, you know, I was working at McDonald's as a manager, and because I was making 8 pounds an hour, and I had to borrow 80 pounds to get a starter, and he's a diamond now, and he's making $100,000 a month. And so lots of really incredible energy, just phenomenal. And I did learn one thing, you know, that I'll be teaching tomorrow at 11 o'clock, or I'm sorry, 1 p.m. our time. I'm doing a special training tomorrow. It will be recorded for those that can't make it. It'll be on the YouTube channel. And I'm really cover in detail just everything I've learned. And what I will be doing personally starting tomorrow, and the people that I'll be talking to will be people that, I'll give you one insight. They used the word freshies. And what that meant is freshies off the boat, meaning they had not been in the country for more than 10 years. And those people, they are so eager for opportunity. And I want to say they're not jaded or anything, but they just, you know, I think Americans have had so much opportunity put in front of them, and people in first world countries just have seen so much opportunity. They're numb to it. They're numb. And, you know, I think that's so true, because I talk to a lot of my friends, and it's like, oh, you know, not another deal, not another company. Well, these people, you know, their worry was not enough meals. I mean, and, you know, they would be loved to have the opportunity that we have today. So I think what we need to get back to as a group is identifying people. Not get back to, but I think what we need to do moving forward is we need to identify, you know, people that are eager for opportunity. And the demographic that I saw that falls in that category are, and I don't mean it as a derogatory term, just so you know, but freshies that are fresh to opportunity, fresh to the market. They bring a fresh spirit, and they bring a fresh work ethic. I mean, these people, they're holding meetings at 3 and 5 in the morning. I mean, they are on fire. And, you know, I look at that, and I just, you know, something I took away, but I won't go into great detail because we're going to do that tomorrow. And I'm excited. The video, I'm redoing the video, Michael. No, is it Mike? Yeah, Michael. I'm redoing the video hopefully tomorrow after I get my tooth fixed. I'm hoping I can do it, but it'll be sometime this week if I can't. But I need to update the numbers in it and everything. But I'll post the link of the video. But literally, when I tell you all, I'm going to say all of UK and Ireland, and I mean, they've used this video and they've blown their businesses up. So, but it's exciting. But I will say that we have an amazing system that they're very eager to learn. And I'm happy to tell all of you that UK and Ireland will all be joining us on Thursday noon. So our Thursday 1 o'clock presentation, you will see you better get on early, because their goal is to block it out. I mean, they're going to bring all their people, and you're going to see offices. You're going to see just really great testimonials. You're going to see so many people making $100,000 a month. You'll want to get your friends on and really see what's going on with digital currency in Europe and Ireland. Ireland, by the way, that meeting was the biggest meeting that they had ever had in Ireland. And they gave me 18 hours notice to let me know I was going to be at the meeting as the lead speaker. I kicked off the meeting, and you know, they were all very upset. They were like, God, if we would have had, you know, a week to build for it, we could have 1,000 people there. But I am going to go back first of the year And I'm doing some work with the Diamonds Club and working with them as well. And Dr. Zafar by tomorrow will be on the training with me at 1 p.m. And we're going to be talking about the difference between really how to rank people up, how to get people focused on ranks, because that's what they're all focused on. So without further ado, I had to get into the meeting, because I know if you're brand new on here, you're probably, what the heck's this guy talking about? But what we're talking about is opportunity. We're talking about having the ability to live, work at home. The crowd really loved the idea of letting your lifestyle dictate your work style. People really resonated with that, and that's something that we want everybody to be able to do. The other thing that really resonated with people was, when I talked about the difference between, the internet and what we're doing today. And y'all, I think, heard me talk about this, but we kind of developed it a little bit more as we were meeting with different groups over there. But TCP/IP was the technology that allowed the internet to be possible. Without TCP/IP, the internet would not have been possible. TCP/IP allowed computers to interconnect and communicate with each other. So it was an underlying software that allowed a network of computers to be able to connect with each other. And without that software, the internet could not happen. It wouldn't happen, okay? It's like trying to bake a cake without flour. It ain't gonna happen, okay? If TCP/IP is the flour, it ain't gonna happen, okay? And so, when I look at blockchain-based technology, I kicked off the Ireland meeting and I did a Bitcoin transaction in front of everybody. The European ambassador was there from the company. I didn't know how he was going to feel with me talking about Bitcoin, but it was interesting because I showed a Bitcoin transaction. I pulled somebody new out of the crowd like I usually do, and we did a transaction, and it set the tone for the whole meeting. It was like, okay, so we have a software that allows this to happen. Now we know it's real. And I thought that was a great way to kick off the meeting, and I may do it today. Hopefully my phone's charged up. It is dead as a door now. We may do it again. I'll hook it up to a charger. When you look at, now we have blockchain-based technology which allows something to happen that could not happen before 2010. And so there's something so profound in that to tell you that a technology now exists that allows something to happen that could not happen before 2010. And what it means is we have the ability to send value amongst each other without using a bank. That really was not able to be done on a mass scale before 2010. And I don't know if you know how significant that is, but it's kind of like going back to the semiconductor and the things that weren't capable before the semiconductor was invented, or before TCP/IP was invented. So there are technologies that come along in your all's lifetime. Well, two of them will have been. I don't know how many of you all were around the semiconductor. I think most of us were probably here when the semiconductor was created. But we have an opportunity right now to be a part of something significant. And that's what I'm coming across with you all tonight is, don't take this lightly. I mean, don't think this is just another deal or another patented skin cream. Don't treat it like that. You're talking about an evolutionary shift in the way payments are going to be done in the next 5 to 10 years. And you all are the pioneers of it. You all are the ones that are leading the educational revolution of this incredible technology. And when I mean incredible, I mean there's like in your lifetime, there's only been 2 other things as profound as this software, and that's the semiconductor and TCP/IP. And when I go out and I share this with people now, I was sitting with a guy, and I don't know, I don't know if I discussed this on a Zoom cast, but I asked people, we were talking, maybe I was talking to my kids about it, but I was like, what keeps an airplane warm when you're at 59 below Fahrenheit, 59 degrees below Fahrenheit. When you're up at 40,000 feet, what keeps an airplane from just freezing up and cracking? Well, get this. I asked that question. I think I asked my dad too. And it was really funny because I was sitting next to a guy, an aeronautical PhD scientist, on the ride back on the Virgin airplane. And I asked him what he did, and he goes, "Oh, I developed materials that cool or that heat up." So he works on materials that for satellites that keep them from icing over or crack. Basically, the compound that I was asking about. So here I'm sitting next to the scientist that works for Boeing and General Dynamics that actually creates the gels and the carbon fiber that keeps airplanes warm when they're at 59 degrees below zero. So I was sitting, it was really ironic. But he said they have a graphite dust, not to get off the subject, but he says they have a graphite dust that they can pour across a block of ice, and the graphite dust will create a laser cut and cut the block in half in seconds. That's how powerful it is. And we talked about but here's the point is I start talking about the blockchain, and with his scientific background, we were talking about the ability to be able to send songs. Like every song is going to be a serial number, and I can send that serial number. I could sell that serial number to Beverly, and if Beverly has an iTunes player, she can play that song, but she can't share it with Michael. Okay? Because it's an original copy that's licensed to Beverly. Just like if I sent Beverly a $100 bill with this technology, I can't send that same $100 bill to Michael. And this technology that we're talking about with blockchain technology eliminates the double spin feature that prevents counterfeiting. Could you imagine if you could come up with a software that prevents counterfeiting? Like, could completely stop it around the world? Could you imagine how excited Microsoft is and why they partnered with Ethereum to do blockchain-based technology and probably put all of their software on the blockchain? It's going to be pretty amazing. So I want to, Kim, interesting comment that you make there in the chat. I was sitting with a guy, and we'll get into the presentation if you're brand new on here, but I was sitting with a guy, and he said, "Yeah, but I don't know how to convince my friends." And I said, we're not in the convincing business. I just tell people, I say, if I had a technology as significant as the internet, would you be willing to pay attention for 15 minutes and watch a video? And if they say no, I look at it, so you got to be the dumbest person on earth. Do you know how much money the internet created for people? I really, and hopefully I'm talking to intelligent people, but I'm like, come on. If I had a technology that was as powerful as semiconductor, and you had the opportunity to be a part of it, and how many of y'all, if you could go back to the invention of the semiconductor with Fairchild, how many of y'all would like to be a part of that? How many? Raise your hand. Okay. Without a doubt. The semiconductor was massive, And so I look at that, and I just like, we all have to know that we are at the right place at the right time. The technology that's making this possible. And I said that in one of my speeches, the technology that's making this possible is what's going to create so much wealth for all of us. And all we have to do is learn how to do bankless transactions and how to learn how to mine digital currency and become part of the ecosystem and how to join the conversation. Because that's what it's really all about, Michael. It's about joining the conversation of digital currency. And without further ado, I think I'll create some conversation instead of me talking the whole time because my mouth is killing me. But let me jump down to Susan real quick. I haven't talked to her in a while. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Tom.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you.
Do you believe that you are part of something significant? Do you know how big it's going to be, or do you have any idea how powerful the blockchain is?
I believe in it more than 100%. Faithful to the industry, and I know it's probably going to be one of the largest things I've ever been in part of, but I still can't comprehend how big it really is going to be, because coming from my background and everything, I saw things change over the years in the financial world, but this is definitely something that is incredible. You know, one of the things that I learned from a gentleman I was sharing on one of our calls last evening was a guy that I know that's a very successful businessman, and he said what we've seen happen in the last 50 years as far as technology, we will see more happen in the next 3 years than what we've seen in the last 50 years. So if you can kind of put your head around that and think about what we're going to see in the next 3 years, it's going to be incredible.
Yeah. I'll give you a great example. Think about this, and you may be able to come up with an example off of what I'm about to tell you, because I'm with your background in finance. But they have recently, you guys know what player cards are, like baseball cards and stuff like that. They've recently launched a blockchain for player cards, baseball cards. And it actually includes all cards, not just baseball cards. But every baseball card will be scanned into the blockchain and be given a blockchain serial number, a cryptocurrency number. So they're commoditizing the entire baseball card industry, and they are going to create a New York Stock Exchange or a NASDAQ for baseball cards. So any baseball card that you have that is sitting in your garage, you will actually be able to log onto an account, upload your business card, your baseball cards, and that will be the way that they distribute the serial numbers. And people will be able to search for those cards on their search engine. And if they find it and want to make a bid on your card, they will actually, imagine that beer can collection. Those Billy beer cans. I wish I still had them. That's funny. But I mean, you think about that, and just everything and that in finance that can be. I mean, we've already seen bonds, we've seen stocks, we've seen real estate. We know all of those are serial numbers, but just think of all of the collectibles, the art collections. I mean, everything that is original that you don't want copies of. Limited edition songs, albums. Think of every album that's out there that is a classic, things like that. But it's really neat to be involved in it, and I think you'll love hearing what I learned from Diamonds Club tomorrow, Susan, with the training. They're not just selling positions; they're selling ranks. They're building out ranks and getting people involved. I'll be sharing that with y'all tomorrow and how they're doing that. But man, they are moving.
Well, that's going to be
diamonds in 9 days.
That's going to be incredible. And Tom, we all appreciate everything that you do for us here in this community. And I mean, we're all willing to learn and put forth the effort. And it's great to have you do that for all of us.
Wow, it's been fun. It's I enjoy it, and thank you, Susan. It's I think the one thing we're also early on, we're all learning, and just to go be able to fly around the world and be afforded to be able to do that and bring back the knowledge is just something I'm excited. And I told everybody, I said, let's just become the highest paid teachers in the world. To become the highest paid teachers in the world, we simply have to go out there and learn and become, masters of this information and figure out how to explain it to people. And to me, the greatest parallel is the TCP/IP parallel to what the blockchain does. These are two technologies that make something available to us that never was before they were invented. And it's going to be very exciting. But thanks for being online with us, Susan.
Thanks.
Appreciate your time. All righty. Let me get that. You're muted. And let me jump over to Corrine and say hello to Corrine. How are you doing, Corrine?
Hey, Tom. Corinne here in Arizona. Good to see you. Welcome back. And I can't wait for the training tomorrow. I'm just really, I am so, I'm so excited about taking the next step. I was able to jump into a Ruby position, and I feel Emerald coming on real close. And had the opportunity to work with some amazing people lately, and that are just a joy to work with. When people really get this for what it is, And they start to see their future differently. They start to see their present differently. They start to see what they can do to help their communities differently. And that's what really lights me up. And when I see people get it and what we can do for so many people around us, it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, so tell me a little bit about your digital currency story. I don't think we've even talked about digital currency yet. We've talked about blockchain, which, a lot of people are like, what is blockchain? But blockchain is a technology that allows us to transfer money to each other without using a bank. And, we know a lot of people are not huge fans of banks. 74%. In fact, I bet if they were given, if all of you were given an option to be your own bank versus using your bank, how many of you will do it? Raise your hand. Okay, you didn't have to pay the bank fees. I love rhetorical questions. I'm really good at them. Be careful. But so let's, Kristine, tell me a little bit about your digital currency story. And how'd you get started? Which package?
Oh, let's see. I got started with I just got started with a Tycoon Trader package because I really didn't understand what this new animal was that I was grabbing a hold of and trying to figure out. But I had a gut feeling that this was something that was an answer to what I was looking for, which was a way to start to seriously step into a retirement direction for myself. And I really hadn't created that successfully up to this point. So I knew that I needed to find something that I could do that would give me a greater return than anything I knew of so far that was legal. So this came to me through my dear longtime friend, Janet. And we had talked about it a little bit before. And I said, too busy, to this, to that. It's too much work. I can't take it on. And I got to tell you, that Tycoon Trader position that I started with, I think it was $6,200. And not to be pushing figures at all, but that position now at the current value has a value of over $112,000.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's pretty, it's beyond words amazing to me. So I'm happy.
Very good. And, folks, one thing about the positions, what we're talking about, I'll talk about the different levels that you can come in at and why Kristine is seeing such an increase in her money. It's because she has helped bring money into existence. And I'll cover the 4 components tonight of cryptocurrency that make it possible for us to create this cryptocurrency economy and the role that Kristine is playing in this cryptocurrency economy as a miner. She is bringing currency into existence, and she has 3 options with that currency. She can save it, she can spend it, or she can sell it. And those are the 3 options that once you bring currency into existence. But we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit more, but that's pretty amazing. Kristine, thanks for sharing your story. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I want to mention is today I went to the bank, my bank that I've been a customer of for, at least 20 years, probably over 20 years now. And to make a transfer from one of my accounts to create a cashier's check, I had to show my ID. And so they didn't ask me what it was for, but it's not so smooth to be able to move money around. And this business has helped me to really understand how difficult it is to transfer our funds, that I can speak probably for everybody on this call. We have worked so hard for how long to create what we have, and that we have to be questioned about how we're moving, what we're moving, when we're moving. I don't like that. And I really am grateful that we have an alternative coming to us here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's seems like it's becoming a police state when we talk about, digital currency around the world. And it's, with digital currency, we have the ability to move money. We talk about the 5 attributes of digital currency, and one of them is privacy, the ability to say, hey, I want to move money from one of my accounts to another, and I shouldn't have to show an ID to do that. But great having you online. Thanks, Kristine.
Thank you, Tom.
Fantastic. So let me just jump into the PowerPoint for a minute, just to give you all some structure of what we're doing. If you're brand new online, and we do get the slide deck, and we're just kind of add slides as we go along and things to help you educate. By the way, we will do a Q&A tomorrow after the training, and then on Thursday I'm going to do some Q&As. I'm not going to do it tonight just because of the situation I have with my mouth right now. It's funny, of all the things that happened to me this last year, it's been my teeth, but I I think I'm going to fly over to Latvia and get all new teeth. I was told that for $1,000 you get all new teeth over in Latvia. I thought that was pretty funny. It seems too cheap to me. But anyway, looking at the protocol of prosperity. Let me bring it up on the screen share real quick. And there we go. Fantastic. So I was able to give the One Thing presentation, by the way, for those that saw that. I will do that again for you all this week because it was a huge hit as far as helping people understand the one thing that we're focused on, which is, of course, education. But the protocol of prosperity is we have a system by which you can create a state of success. And that we have a system that generates wealth, reduces expenses, and creates time freedom. And we have 7 of these presentations per week where you can invite other people that are interested in a protocol of prosperity. And when you think of it, how many of you all actually want a protocol of prosperity? How many of y'all want a system that creates a state of success? And that's what our system does. But we talk to people about joining the cryptocurrency conversation. Our big thing is education. If you're allergic to education, this will be a very bad company for you to join because you do have to learn something new. And as I say that 80% of Americans don't read a book after they leave high school. Hopefully you're not one of those 80%. We're not saying you got to read a book or anything, but you got to be open-minded to learning something new. And by the way, this technology is a lot easier to learn than the internet, just so you know. I want to be very clear about that. But awareness allows you to see the opportunity. Some of you saw the opportunity of the internet, but you did not take action. And I will say that action enables you to seize the opportunity. And there's a difference in wealth between C and C's. Not only spelt different, they have different results. But our business is marketing education on new currency, which is what we're doing tonight. I know we had a little bit of an odd start, but I just got back from the UK tonight and wanted to give you all a little bit of information on what I saw over there and just bring you some excitement, because I will say I think we can translate what they are doing in an office setting. We can translate what they're doing offline to online. And I know that, the reason there's 100 people on here tonight is because you all want to have a business that you can do from home. Because I know a lot of us don't like hotel meetings and, dressing up in suits. Me personally, I'm more of a Tommy Bahamas lounge pants guy with flip-flops. I hate to say it, but I got a fancy shirt on tonight. But I got my lounge pants on too. But I like living comfortably, financially comfortably, and physically comfortably. So there's some people that run around in those stiff suits and those starch shirts, and I'm not about that. But anyway, we create a new currency, meaning we mine it. And mining is that word that scares everybody off. But by the time we're done tonight, you won't be scared off by that term. You will love that term. It's like the ultimate wealth building opportunity on earth. And the reason you'll love it is because OneCoin has made it so simple for you to mine digital currency. We also introduce merchants to new currency. We have a new merchant program. And I've been asked by Kerry Warhos, our European ambassador, to put to a list of people. And I need to find out if it's okay for U.S. businesses to start accepting. By the way, I did go to Spice Village for dinner the restaurant that had the OneCoin logo on it, which is kind of cool. But we need to start talking to businesses. And while we know that the app's not ready to take OneCoins yet, what we're asking the businesses to do is give a discount to OneCoin members. And they're going to advertise all of the businesses to all the 2.5 million members around the world. But we also show people how to inspire portable businesses, which means you have a business that you can do from anywhere, whether it's your mobile phone. But we're focused on lifestyle design. We want your lifestyle to dictate your work style. Right now, most people, and here's a great question you can ask people: is your work style dictating your lifestyle? You know. But our slogan is live where you want to live how you want to live, and create wealth doing it. And with that said, let me pop back and let's talk to a couple people. I'd love to talk to Jack Palace. And Jack, I want to thank you, and Lucille and Janet. And let's see, who else who's helping you? Beverly? Who else?
Beverly.
Who else?
Beverly. Yep. Beverly. Yeah, Janet and Lucille did a great job. It was a team effort.
Great. Well, I want to thank you for
And we had some,
everything about doing.
and people really stepped up and did some great sharing as well.
Awesome. Very good. Tell me a little bit about live where you want to live how you want to live, and create wealth doing it. Tell me what that means to you and Penny, because I know that you guys have experienced some amazing things in the last 12 months because of digital currency. But how are you going to embrace that slogan moving forward? Tell people a little bit about your story and what this business has helped you do.
Yeah, well, when you say that, something comes to mind that I thought of just yesterday. Yeah, because Warren Buffett says, you know, if you can't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to be working forever. And, you know, it's been great experiencing that. And, you know, Penny and I did do some traveling this year that we've been longing to do, you know, more of that. And took a trip to Cancun, took a great trip to Peru for a couple of weeks, and I went to the London event just before that. And it was great coming back from vacation. And, you know, it wasn't a lot of money, but, you know, a few €1,000 came in, you know, while I was on vacation. I made money while I was away. I didn't even, you know, I was on vacation. But you know, that's what we want to do. We want to just be able to travel and just go out and I love nature. I love being out in the outdoors, and you literally can do this anywhere. I mean, your story about just, you know, being on the plane next to somebody and having a great conversation. Those are the kinds of things that happen. And for me, I think if more people did traveling, especially internationally, I think it does something to you when you travel internationally. It changes your vibration. It changes something inside of you because you're outside of your comfort zone a little bit. You're exploring. You're meeting new people. I think most people, if they enjoy traveling and like seeing new places, quickly realize that we're all more alike than we are different. And somehow, I haven't quite figured out how, I want to create a movement toward that, because I believe that greater travel around the world by people would actually contribute to world peace. I think it would eliminate a lot of issues that we have between people.
You know, that's amazing. The stat, I think it's only like 38% of Americans, or 30% of Americans have passports, I think.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. That's it's not surprising.
You know why they're not traveling internationally is because they're
conditioned to be afraid to.
Well, they're given so much debt that they have to stay working and
Well, that too.
Most people's vacations are due to their tax returns.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I can pay
Yeah.
off my credit card so we can go on another vacation.
Wow, when you said that, it's just so much has changed for me in the 20 months that I've been doing this. You just mentioned that, and I just remember how every year I looked forward to my tax return so I could get this, so I could make more than the minimum payments on my credit cards.
Anybody ever heard that story before? No,
like-
but I know.
How freaking bad is that, right? And that's not the case anymore. One of the days when I was co-hosting or subbing for you, Leo Shea shared, and he mentioned the word lottery, and I relayed that about a year ago. So I had been involved in One Life about 6 months or so, 5 or 6 months at that point, and I went into a convenience store, and I realized, oh my God, I stopped playing the lottery. Like, it wasn't a conscious decision I made to stop playing the lottery once I got involved, but I just stopped. Like, I found the lottery. I don't have to play it anymore. I just stopped playing the lottery. And I got started 20 months ago in February 2015. And like you were talking about before, being at the front edge of something really big, I still can't comprehend. I mean, I'm reading some of the books that we've talked about on blockchain technology, and just seeing articles that crop up about how digital transformation in our culture, and just seeing how things are changing so quickly. And I have no idea. I know it's going to be huge, and I knew it was going to be huge when I got introduced to this, and I knew I had to jump on it. I knew I had to get started somehow. I had been a late adopter of technology for so long, and somehow I just knew I needed to get started, and that's another thing that changed. In February 2015, I had to figure out how to get $150. I had to figure out where I was going to get $150 to get started. And things started to come together very quickly after that, and I was able to upgrade and start building an organization, and my bonuses have been getting creeping up there, getting bigger and bigger, and now this year, we've been doing something that I also want to do more of, and that's donate and do more for charities and help out more charities. And my wife works with a gym owner locally who's got a nonprofit company that she set up with her gym to help people with disabilities, and she's running a fundraiser. And we wrote her a couple $100 check for her charity. And here it was, 20 months ago, trying to figure out how to get $150 to get started. It's just, it's
they make a T-shirt for you, Jack. It's called "Life is Good."
Life is good.
Jack, while you're online, just with me, would you cover some slides for me real quick? Can you see them?
Yeah,
Let's go through the 3 different divisions. That my mouth's killing me, but if you wouldn't mind grabbing a couple slides for me, I'd appreciate it. I may call on somebody else to take a couple slides as well, but let's talk about the 3 divisions of the company, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. So the first division is what we call One Life Network, and this really is the network, the community of users of OneCoin, the community of miners, and it says here a social networking community. My God, this community is an unexpected benefit of becoming a part of this. Has been the community of people and the like-minded thinkers of just being on the front edge of something really new and really excited about creating something big. And that big thing that we are certainly creating is OneCoin, which is the second division of our company. which is the cryptocurrency. And we're all miners of this currency, so we're bringing this currency into circulation, as Tom mentioned a little bit before. This is we've got a community of 2.5 million people worldwide, and now they're the holders of these coins, of this cryptocurrency. And we'll be sharing that with merchants over the next couple of months and really building out the usability of it. The basis for the whole community and what we're doing is educational, which is part of what I really love about this. It's grounded in education and financial education. And so we have, as the third division, our One Academy, which is 6 levels of financial education brought to an e-learning platform with college professors doing videos, written materials, quizzes at each level, and certification of completion, so that you can actually measure your progress and see how you're doing. You can keep taking the test to do better and better and get 100%. And it's actually a very high quality financial education that you're actually purchasing. And the products are the different levels of education you can purchase. And you see here, they range from a starter package in the lower right corner for 110 euros up to what we call an infinity trader package at 27,500 euros. And with each package, you get different levels of education and different opportunities to mine, a different level of opportunity to mine cryptocurrency, which we'll go over in a later slide.
Very good. All right, let me jump back. Let's talk to a couple other people. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate that.
Sure.
That helps. Let me talk to.
Find some candle wax or something to put on that tooth.
Well, it doesn't touch anymore. It's fine. It's just the.
Yeah, you just can't feel it.
Yeah, no. So let me talk to Michael in Australia. He's like, what? Who, me?
Oh, that's me. Hey,
Yeah,
Tom, how you doing?
I'm great, man. And so your answer on Chicago, we have some great leaders in Chicago. You need to connect with Jason Mangan, who's in Chicago, and you need to connect with Sherry Hilliard. That is your family when you go to Chicago, and they will take very good care of you. And I know you and Jason Mangan will hit it off in a very big way. He and his wife, Charlotte, and Sherry are phenomenal people. But we have a great team in Chicago, a lot of great people. So when you're there, I'll connect, make sure you are friends with them on Facebook. And I think you and Jason will have a great time together, just knowing your two personalities. Michael, talk to me about the level in which you came in at. Tell people how you got started. What are the steps to getting started?
Okay, so firstly, I came in at actually, I got 2 packages, one at a rookie and one at a trader. That's what started me. I had a friend who told me about OneCoin, and I was interested, but I wasn't convinced completely. And then he called me and said, look, they're going to have a split soon, and you can double your money or double the coins, the amount of coins you have. So I thought, okay, I'll jump in. I got a trader package and a rookie spot. So what happened was that I kind of sat on it. I didn't really invest too much time into it or education into it, which down the line I kind of regret a little bit, but I'll tell you about that later. But then I realized that over time, when I checked the accounts, the rookie spot that I had just started growing, and I wasn't actually doing anything. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? I'm getting all these people under me, and I'm not actually placing them. There's other people that are doing the legwork, and I'm reaping the benefits. Yet I was at a rookie level, so I wasn't really getting any bonuses. So I asked what I needed to do, and I upgraded my package to like a pro trader package, and I got people sponsored on either side of me, so I could start earning bonuses. And then I started to notice on that. I focused on that position and started to get people in under me on either side, which allowed greater bonuses. And also what happened was I traveled quite often because of just because of my relationship and so on and so forth. So while I was traveling, I was using actually the money from OneCoin, my bonuses, to fulfill my living expenses. So it's really helped me so far, and I've got back to a point where I'm like, okay, I really need to learn and understand what I'm doing, and also build teams and network with other people. And so I was fortunate to find these Zoom casts, which I think are phenomenal. And it was just more like, I'm just going to jump in and see what happens. I found Tom's videos on YouTube, and I said, okay, I saw the link and just connected. And I'm so happy I have, because it's really helped me to learn and educate myself now further in OneCoin, and understand and be able to communicate it with others as well, which is important. So the first part, I think, for most people who are new would be definitely, as you said before, educate yourself. I think getting clear education before you start, or as you start, the earlier you get, the better education, the better off you'll be. Not only you'll be sure of yourself quicker, so when you explain it to somebody and you're uncertain, I feel that people respond to that. But if you're educated and you understand what you're talking about, then that generally helps the conversation along as well. And so people don't feel like you don't even know what you're talking about. And so I think that's important. So it's the education first, and understanding that the different levels of the education packages and how you can benefit from that. And if you have 2 or 3 people that potentially are interested, how you can work together with those people, and you can build teams from there as well. I think that's a really important point. And join the Zoomcasts as much as you can, and I think connect with people all around the world, as we have been. So that's that would be my advice. Was there any other questions that I missed potentially?
There's one important one. There's been several women that ask me if you're single. Are you single? I've gotten several private messages. They're like, who's this Michael guy? So I won't have to do that on the Zoomcast, but just so you know.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend at the moment, so
okay.
I'm good for now. But thank you anyway. I appreciate that.
You got options. There's nothing wrong with having options. Great having you online, Michael. I'd love for you to host a Zoomcast, and I hope you're working with Bernie as well to get situated.
We will be.
I will be coming to Australia and New Zealand in February.
Wow. Okay. So look forward to it.
You connected with Bernie, and I see let's see who else. Haley. Who else is in Australia? Raise your hand. I know we got. Oh, there she is, Maggie. And let's see who else we got. I'm looking through it. Bernie, raise your hand. See, New Zealand. So we have a great group and excited about that. But just so you know, I'm planning a 1-week trip to India in January, and a 1-week trip to Philippines in January as well. So I'll be traveling for 2 weeks in January. And so we'll be developing those markets as well. And I'll let you know the cities no later than about another week. I'll let you know what the cities are. There are 3 cities that we're targeting. We're going to be doing 3 meetings in 3 different cities in Philippines and India. It's going to be pretty crazy. And I did say I'm coming to Australia in February. So I'm going to do Australia and New Zealand in February. Okay?
Awesome. Look forward to it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for being online, Michael. I want to add you to the host list of hosts. I know some of you have asked. There's several of you that I'm going to add to the host list. I want to start training as many people as we can and having you all chime in and helping out.